Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today what I have for you is episode 8 of my Football Manager 23 beta save with Tottenham Hotspur. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 25 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 400 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Today we have our first opportunity at winning a trophy with Tottenham Hotspur. At the first time of asking, we could win a trophy. We're in the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool, and then after that we have got the small matter of the FA Cup 5th round against Man City. But that doesn't matter. All our focus in today's episode will be in this match against Liverpool. Make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into it. Now, I want to say the last time that you saw us was this game against Manchester United, where we progressed through into the Carabao Cup final. Since then, we beat Brentford 3-0 at home. We had a 1-0 win at home to Manchester United, a 4-1 win away into Milan in the UEFA Champions League round of 16 first leg, away from home to score 4 goals. Very impressive. I think the next episode, we will have that game against Inter Milan in the return leg, and then also probably Nottingham Forest. After that game against Inter Milan, though, we had a 1-0 win at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Jed Spence scoring another 90th minute winner in that one, and then the most recent game was a 3-0 win at home to Crystal Palace. Today we could complete the series at the first time of asking. Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final. Obviously we did recently beat Liverpool 3-0 away from home in the Carabao Cup 4th round. Obviously our team has changed slightly since then. Liverpool didn't exactly field a full strength team, but that's pretty much all that has happened since you were last with us. We had a couple youngsters who went out on loan and all that sort of stuff, so I might as well update you with that. Aaron Maguire joined Finn Harps on loan for the season. I think that was it. Apart from that, nothing's really happened. We've won a lot of football matches. Our last league loss, I believe, was it that one against Bournemouth where we lost 2-0? So we've not lost in a very long time. We have actually found ourselves currently in a little bit of a title race, which was unexpected with the form that we've been on at the moment. We are now 3 points off top of the table with a game in hand. Granted, Liverpool have a much better goal difference than we do, but we've only lost 3 games all season. Man City have suddenly come on a resurgence recently, and Erling Haaland is very good at football. Let's get into this game though against Liverpool. I've got a message here from my assistant manager about a team meeting that I've got to do here. I think it would be a good idea to hold a team meeting to give the players some words of encouragement ahead of the upcoming final. I think we get the best reaction if we ease the pressure on the players and tell them they are not expected to win. I really want to win. Winning a trophy at the first time of asking would be very nice, but we are going to ease expectations. If this doesn't go right, my assistant manager's getting fired on the spot. It's gone very well. I think that has to be our approach. All we can do is make sure we do ourselves justice, and whatever else happens. I mean, we beat Liverpool 3-0 only a couple of weeks ago. Very nice to see. Everyone's encouraged or pleased. Langley is very happy. He's probably not even going to make the matchday squad though. So who invited my man blood? Hopefully everyone is going to be available for this game. João Pedro's cup tied, which isn't ideal. Jed Spence is suspended and Kulusevski is going to be injured. Not exactly what I wanted to see the day before the Carabao Cup final. Here we have it then. Here is how we line up for the Carabao Cup final. We've got a Gurkhan in goal, a back four of Roberto, Romero, Ibanez and Sessegnon, Koopmeiners, Bissouma and Goncalves in the midfield. Richarlison starts on the right wing, Son is on the left wing, and 4.5 star current ability Victor Osimhen, who's averaged an 8.24 in his last 5 matches. He leads the line. He's exactly who we are banking on for this game. It is pretty simple. We win. We complete the series pretty much by winning a trophy. Obviously, the series will still continue, but it would be very nice to win a trophy at the first time of asking. Again, their team doesn't look too strong, but it looks stronger than the team that we played against them last time. Harvey Elliott in there, no more Salah, no Luis Diaz in the squad. Alisson on the bench I think is very interesting. Núñez does start though this game over Roberto Firmino, which is not what I wanted to see. Van Dijk is in their team as well. Hopefully we can win finally a trophy for the Tottenham fans. They've been alongside us pretty much throughout the whole season. They've been very happy with the job that I have done. They're all motivated. We are obviously live on the television with the Carabao Cup graphics, which I do think actually look very nice, to be honest with you. Liverpool line up then in their expected 4-3-3 formation. Both teams going with the same formation. Quansah is actually on the bench for Liverpool. Their bench doesn't look too strong, to be honest with you, but we are now underway. It will be Osimhen to get us underway for the Carabao Cup final. It is still on key highlights, I do believe, so maybe something's going to happen early on. We have given the ball away straight from kickoff, which isn't ideal. Jota on the ball into Darwin Núñez, and that is a big let off. 15 seconds on the clock. Núñez almost puts I guess they're not the away side, puts the opposition in front there. We are going to build out from our goal kick. Sessegnon with the ball down the line, looking for Heung-min Son, who's broke in behind the Liverpool defence. Can he finish? Straight at Kelleher. That's a big chance for both teams inside the first 60 seconds, and neither side has converted. Corner ball here for Liverpool. Elliott puts the ball deep in towards the back post. Van Dijk heads back across goal. He's still bouncing around. And Darwin Núñez heads home for his 18th goal of the season. 6 minutes on the clock. That's really, really poor. We've been so strong from set pieces so far this season. And it's just bouncing balls inside the penalty area. We couldn't deal with it. We couldn't win any of our contacts. Núñez out-jumps Osimhen. I think it's Sergio Roberto stood on the line. Can't keep it out. And Liverpool take the lead inside 6 minutes here. Not the start we were looking for in today's game. Fabinho goes into Harvey Elliott. Back to Darwin Núñez. Back to Harvey Elliott here. Sessegnon with a good tackle though. We can't maintain possession. And it's now with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Great ball into Naby Keita, who shoots. Big save from a Gurkhan. We've not started too well, to be honest with you. It has pretty much been all Liverpool. 13 minutes on the clock. They do have a corner here, which Harvey Elliott will take on the far side. Ball comes into the box. Núñez with a header. This time it's over the bar. 13 minutes in, still 1-0 Liverpool, but we need to pick up the tempo. Free kick here for Liverpool, which Van Dijk gives into Andy Robertson. He goes back to Virgil van Dijk, the Liverpool captain, into Ibrahima Konate. Back to Virgil van Dijk. Back to Konate. He looks for that long ball switch into Harvey Elliott. Sessegnon will be able to deal with that. What can he do with it here? He goes into Ibanez. We'll look to build out from the back now. Into Romero. A little bit of time for him, but he's dilly-dallied on the ball. Núñez robs his pocket. Núñez scores. I don't even know what Romero's tried to do there, but he has probably cost us a trophy here. That's absolutely shocking from Romero. I don't know what on earth he's dilly-dallying about on the ball for that long. He had 3 or 4 simple passes there. He just stands and waits for Núñez to tackle him. He robs his pocket. He's not missing that one. Darwin Núñez has a brace. 42 minutes on the clock. It's Tottenham 0, Liverpool 2, and I have a feeling already that's probably the final over. I know we scored 3 goals at Anfield a couple of weeks ago, but I can't see us doing it again at Wembley this time. Heung-min Son coming down this left-hand side. Can we have an instant response here? Finds Ryan Sessegnon. Ball into the box. Basuma! Big chance. I don't know if that's come off of Osimhen in the end, but the ball goes wide. Can we get a goal back before half-time? Not with play like that, though, from Yves Bissouma. And he's lost it again. Shocking from Bissouma. Keita now finds Fabinho. He goes into Jota. Lovely football here from Liverpool. Thiago into Harvey Elliott. Big save from a Gurkhan. We have been absolutely shocking in this final. We've not shown up at all. With the amount of games we've been so good in so far this season, we have been dreadful in this game. Osimhen clears this set piece. And that should see us into half-time. We're going to have a change of system at the break. And maybe make some substitutes as well. I've just told them I'm delighted by accident. Oh dear. No, I want to say I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with you all. Oh dear. That's not gone well. Anyway, moving in to the tactics then. We're going to go to the 4-2-3-1. We've got to take the game to Liverpool now. Coop Miners is now going to be a deep line playmaker. Basuma is now going to be more of a central midfielder, I think. Goncalves, we need to start creating some things. He's not really done much on a 6.4. Coop Miners is in danger of losing discipline. Ibanez is very tired, but it's a centre-half. We're 2-0 down. I don't really need to be changing a centre-half, to be honest with you. We'll give them some encouragement. We'll put it onto attacking as well. Get into the game, and hopefully we can at least show a bit of fight. Try and get back into this game. Well, we're an hour on the clock. Still nothing has changed, so I'm going to look to bring off Goncalves, who's injured. Go to 2 up front, maybe put Richarlison up front as a pressing forward with Osimhen. We'll put... Who can we play on the right wing? No one can play on the right wing. Can Perisic play on the right wing? Perisic is probably just going to have to play on the right wing. I mean, it's not ideal, but we don't really have too much of a choice. We've not even got Jed Spence on the bench. We've just got defensive substitutes. Our bench is so weak in this game. There's not a lot we can really do. We'll tell our fullbacks to now be complete wing backs instead. I mean, maybe we get Højbjerg on. And maybe Bentancur. I don't really know at this point. It's not going very well for us at the moment. I mean, he can only really do a ball-winning midfielder, which isn't ideal. We'll put him as a supportive ball winning midfield. Have to go a little bit more defensive. I mean, we might as well leave the rest of our changes. We've just got youngsters and centre-halves on the bench. It's not ideal. Half an hour to go. I can't see us winning this one. Kanate on the ball. Finds Naby Keita. Can we trap them in with the press? We can. And Keita puts the ball out wide here to Joe Gomez on the overlap. Down their right-hand side. Harvey Elliott finds Darwin Núñez. Back to Fabinho. Looking to dictate the play. He finds Thiago. Ball over the top here. Looking for Diogo Jota. Bit of space. Robertson now. Finds Naby Keita. Into Fabinho. Bit of space for him. Keita. Ball over the top here. Looking for Joe Gomez. Can he deliver? Ball comes into the box here. Thiago. Back to Gomez. Harvey Elliott now. Back to Fabinho. Into Naby Keita. They're passing it around us at the moment. Like we're not even there. Fabinho shoots from distance. Another good save from Agurkan. One of the few players who can probably leave this game with his head held high. 20 minutes to go. Still 2-0 to Liverpool. We don't really look like scoring. We're not really creating anything. And it's so frustrating because we've been so good so far this season. We've beaten some really good teams to get ourselves into this position. Probably one of our most likely chances of winning a trophy this season. And it's just individual errors that are probably going to end up throwing it away for us. I mean, we might as well make some more substitutions. I don't really know who else. We might as well get Ibanez off for Alvarez. Not that's going to make any sort of a difference. We may as well get maybe Alfie Devine on the right wing maybe. I really don't know at this point, to be honest with you. It's been an absolutely shocking performance. We'll put Perisic out on the right. Devine actually will put into the middle. We'll go with more of an asymmetric sort of system and just go with that. I really don't know at this point. I've kind of just given up. There's 15 minutes to go. We're not going to be winning this game. It's really disappointing. I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed. And we've let the fans down in today's game. Van Dijk on the ball here, though. He goes into Fabinho. Plays that 1-2. We're not quite pressing their centre-halves like what they were pressing us. It's a great ball from Van Dijk, by the way, to find Harvey Elliott into the penalty area now. Ball comes into the box. Jota with a shot. It eventually comes to Naby Keita. That's 3-0. Keita has his 6th goal of the season, and that's surely game over now. It was a good ball over the top from Van Dijk to find Harvey Elliott, but we just don't get close enough to stop the ball come into the box. Jota has a free chance. I think it eventually comes to Naby Keita. It's a bit of a lucky deflection, but he scrambles it home. It's Liverpool 3, Tottenham 0. It's an absolutely shocking performance. Osimhen is on a 5.9. He has had an absolute stinker. Jota has also now had to go off with an injury, but absolutely shocking. It's becoming embarrassing now. If they score it definitely will be embarrassing. We've not even scored a consolation goal, not even given the fans anything to cheer about. Perisic does win the ball back here, but he's that slow that he loses it straight away. This is why you need the strength in depth. When you get a couple of injuries like what we've got, we're really struggling at the moment. Good play here from Alfie Devine. Out of all the players, I didn't think it'd be Alfie Devine who'd be our driving force coming up the pitch. I mean, he puts the ball into the box. Osimhen and Richarlison are nowhere to be seen. I'll give him credit for that. Alfie Devine is certainly a player I plan on having in the first game. It's a great distribution from Kelleher. Romero gets underneath it. Bentancur now finds Alfie Devine. He goes into Perisic, into Osimhen. Can he finish? He does. The linesman's got his flag up. I'm not sure about that one. I personally felt that was onside. Osimhen up to press has dropped an absolute stinker. So he could do with this goal being onside. VAR are going to check the goal. The goal has been disallowed. Just what we needed. Brilliant. Fantastic. Cheers. Nice one. Alvarez picks the ball up here into added time. We're not going to get anything out of this game. I'm going to scream at the players in rage because I'm absolutely furious by their performance in this game. Ball comes over the top here. We've got 5 players all chasing the same ball, and not one of them can win it over Joel Matip. Andy Robertson is on the ball here, though. Goes back to Kelleher. They didn't need Alisson for this game. Kelleher's probably going to keep a clean sheet, which is absolutely embarrassing from our attack in this game. Sessegnon finds Bentancur, looking for that ball into Richarlison. Robertson deals with it, only as far as Sergio Roberto. He can't find Bentancur, and now Van Dijk can break here for Liverpool. Good tackle, though, from Bentancur, to be fair. Roberto goes down the line into Richarlison. Ball into the box. Osimhen with a chance. He comes to Alfie Devine. The linesman's got his flag up again. He loves raising his flag. I'm not sure about that one. Osimhen might have been fractionally offside. That is the last thing that we need, is for him to have another offside goal given. Oh, that's what's happened. Osimhen's offside again. We need to teach that boy the offside rule because he has robbed Alfie Devine, I believe, his first goal for Spurs. I know he might have scored one for the team that he was out on loan at. Maybe it was Fleetwood, but it is absolute heartbreak as we cannot win the Carabao Cup final. Liverpool run out 3-0 winners in this game. It's devastating, but at least I guess it means the series has a bit of purpose now because we still carry on playing. Here we go. Liverpool lift the trophy. That could have been us. I should be there lifting that trophy right now with my captain. But unfortunately, that is not the case. We're still in every other cup competition. We could still win the Premier League. We could still win the Champions League. And we could also win the FA Cup. That's the game that we're focusing in on now. Is that game against Manchester City in the FA Cup. The 5th round. I mean, I don't really know how many more rounds are left. I think after the 5th round, I want to say it's the quarterfinals. So we need maybe 4 more wins to win the FA Cup. It didn't quite happen in the Carabao Cup. Really, really disappointing in the end. I'm going to thrash the Arms, far from pleased from what I saw in that match. And we've got a lot of tired bodies now to travel to the Etihad. Not ideal. Just to make things that little bit sweeter here, we've got our weekly loan roundup report. Emerson Royale lifts trophy. Emerson Royale helped Liverpool to win the Carabao Cup. Emerson Royale has played a bit part role for the team this season, making only 20 appearances. But he's not really developing at all. Hopefully they trigger that option to buy, because all the other ones are obligations to buy. He only has the option to buy though, which certainly isn't ideal. I can't see them activating that. Obviously he couldn't be involved in the last match. Dane Scarlett is doing really well though with Portsmouth, and Lo Celso, probably a player I'm going to look to move on in the summer, 26 years of age. He's also doing fairly well with Villarreal as well. I mean, despite not winning the Carabao Cup, I have won another Manager of the Month award. This time I have won it for the month of February. I have won it previously. I don't really know how I checked that. Well, apparently I've got a distant relationship with Mark Hughes. Why on earth do me and Mark Hughes not get along? Here's how we line up then for this game against Manchester City. I did tell a lie, we're actually at home for this game, so a little bit of an advantage there. But we have had to make some changes. Lots of youngsters on the bench as well, because we've got a lot of tired bodies after that game. We've got a Gurkhan in goal, a back four of Roberto, Romero, Ibanez and Perisic. Coop Miners, Alvarez actually makes his way into the midfield, and he's partnered by Basuma. He's playing as the attacking midfielder in this game. Richarlison on the right, Son on the left, and obviously Osimhen up front. Hopefully we can bounce back after what was a pretty disappointing defeat against Liverpool. We were awful really from minute 1 to 90, so hopefully we can bounce back in this game. We have shown that we can do a good performance against some of these better sides, but we're playing against Erling Haaland. I'm not too sure how well this will go. I feel like, I can't remember what the score was when we last played Man City, but I feel like it didn't end well. I'm pretty sure they beat us 3-0 maybe. Kyle Walker on the ball. He goes into John Stones. Man City looking to build an attack early on. Gundogan finds Akanji. Back into John Stones. He looks for that ball forward, but it can only go back to Ortega, I want to say that said. Akanji now finds John Stones. What can he do with the ball? Looking for that forward pass over the top for maybe Phil Foden. Ibanez gets underneath it. De Bruyne picks the ball up. We do not want to allow that man to have space. Gundogan now looking for that ball into Erling Haaland. He brings it down in his stride, shoots and scores. Of course he does. 37th goal of the season for Erling Haaland. Not even 60 seconds on the clock. We fall behind. I was slandering him in a previous episode about how he's not doing very well. Maybe he just had an injury because he's already got 37 goals. You cannot allow Erling Haaland to have space like that. Again, that's poor from Romero. He just gets completely done, and it's a good finish to be fair. Over a Gurkhan. Should we just end the episode here? Because we're obviously not going to win. Erling Haaland's a bit good, isn't he? Throwing here for Man City. Walker finds Gundogan. He plays the pass into Akanji, who finds Cancelo. They play out of our press so easily. Like, we're not even there sometimes. Nice switch here into Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva finds De Bruyne. First time ball. This time we are going to stop Erling Haaland from getting on the ball. Romero goes into Roberto, looking to build an attack of our own as we approach the 28th minute now. Roberto gets his pocket robbed. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll be a man who I sell in the summer. He's been good for this season, but he's an old man. That's a good save, to be fair, from a Gurkhan from Bernardo Silva. He's an old man. We only signed him because he was the best that we could afford. Half an hour gone. We're still yet to register a shot. This is a really, really poor episode. I mean, it's going to have a good title. That, the fact, we're in the Carabao Cup final and then we play Man City in the FA Cup. Realistically, we've just proven that the lack of squad depth is probably going to cost us this season. So maybe even next season we might not have enough squad depth to really challenge for a trophy. It might be season 3, which is something that I really anticipated, to be honest with you. Perisic finds Yves Bissouma. He goes back to Coop Miners. Ball over the top here. It's more of a hit and hope, but Son can't get on the end of it. Kyle Walker does deal with it into John Stones. Gundogan now switches the play into João Cancelo. Man City is such a good side to watch. I really enjoy watching Man City. Even on Football Manager, they're just as good as what they are in real life. They pass the ball around you like you're not even there. John Stones has the ball here. He goes into Bernardo Silva. Bit of space, looking for that ball. Obviously into Haaland, who brings it down. Shoots. It's in the back of the net. I'm not too sure what the referee's going to VAR for. Certainly looked onside to me. But our centre-half's getting absolutely bullied by Erling Haaland. We can't even get close to him. The goal has obviously been given because he's clearly onside. Again, Romero's meant to be marking him. He's just too slow there, really. Ibanez gets caught to the wrong side. Romero can't get across him. Finish into the roof of the net. 33 minutes on the clock. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Man City 2, and we've still not had a shot. Well, we're into added time of the first half. There you go. That is half time. It has been all Man City. I'm going to throw I'm going to thrash my arms. If we're still just as bad at full time, I certainly will be throwing the water ball, but that's an absolutely shocking performance. We might as well bring the youngsters on because we're not certainly going to get back into this game. We'll get Bentancur on and we'll put Alvarez as the ball-winning midfielder. We shall also get Jed Spence on for Sergio Roberto. We may as well get... We'll get Ryan Sessegnon on for Heung-min Son and put Perisic out on the left wing. Might as well just rest a couple of players now because we're certainly not going to get back into this game. We'll get Langley on as well for Romero because Romero's an absolute shocker. We'll leave the final sub for some point in the second half. Who really cares? We're not going to get back into this game. This is certainly an episode to forget. Jed Spence on the ball here. He goes into Alvarez. Back to Ibanez, the two recent signings combining. Langley now, the man on loan from Barcelona. Can he pick that forward pass? He looks for that ball into Ryan Sessegnon. On off the bench, tries to switch the play. Richarlison now, he looks for that pass into Osimhen, but it's so far away from him, it's unbelievable. I don't like playing Richarlison on the right wing. I don't think he's very good at playing on that right hand side. You either want him up front or on the left. But due to Kulusevski's injury and João Pedro's cup tied, we didn't really have much of a choice. My hands were kind of tied to my own back. Bernardo Silva comes close there. Another good save though from a Gurkhan, who's been one of the few players who can probably leave this game again with his head held high. Very similar to the last game in that respect. 5 minutes into the second half here, Man City have a corner. Foden looks for the back post, cleared away by Alvarez. De Bruyne back into Phil Foden, bit of space. What can he do with it? Ball into the box, caught by a Gurkhan. Jed Spence goes back into Ibanez. He finds Clement Langley out wide here to Ryan Sessegnon. Bit of space for him to drive into. Perisic now. Ball into Yves Bissouma, big chance, and that's the goal. Our first shot of the game, 57 minutes on the clock. Bissouma has his second goal of the season, and maybe we might find our way back into it. That was actually quite easy to do, to be honest with you. We just passed the ball very nicely. Perisic with a good ball into Bissouma. He takes a touch, slots it under the Man City keeper. 57 minutes on the clock. We might actually have a chance here. We'll wait for this replay to finish, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Alvarez into centre half. We're going to get Ibanez off and play with a 4-2-4 formation. It might not work, but we can always try it. And we'll take Ibanez off here for Mukendi. Mukendi's going to come on. He's going to grab the equaliser, and then we're going to win on penalties. Or maybe actually we'll put Mukendi on the right wing and we'll chuck Richarlison up front. He might be injured. He's going to have to play. We've got half an hour here to try and find an equaliser. Bentancur picks the ball up, he finds Mukendi, cuts inside, looks for that ball into Perisic. It's a poor pass though from Mukendi, and they are the type of risk that you take when you bring on a one-star current ability winger. Akanji now looking for this ball out wide to Jack Grealish, keeps the ball in play. He goes back into Phil Foden, bit of space, lays it off to Gundogan, he'll hit them from here. He looks for Grealish, ball cut back across, Haaland taps home. I'm not too sure what the flag's up here. This one again was certainly onside in my opinion. Defenders are appealing for offside. I don't know who was offside, maybe Grealish. VAR are checking the goal, and the goal has been given. It's another goal for Erling Haaland. It's a hat-trick. It's the 39th goal of the season for Erling Haaland. He's a little bit good, isn't he? I don't really know what they're appealing for offside for there. A Gurkhan probably could have left that. I think Grealish's shot were going over the bar, but that surely wraps up the game now for Man City. We thought we were getting back into it with that Bissouma goal. Realistically, it was just false hope. Sessegnon finds Langley, bit of space for him here. He goes into Alvarez, has loads of time to pick out his pass here. Finds Bentancur on the half turn, ball through into Osimhen. Is this his chance? It is his chance. He hasn't taken it. It's a good save to be fair from the keeper. 25 minutes to go. Still 3-1 to Manchester City, but we do now have a corner which Bentancur will take. Right-footed out swinger. Can we find a Tottenham Hotspur head? No, we can't. Akanji heads out only as far as Bentancur, and that is the end of the highlight. When Mukendi had that in a pretty decent area. He's not very good, Mukendi. He's not certainly a player I was looking to use in the long term, but he was genuinely our only attacking option this game with the amount of injuries and cup-tied people that we've got at the moment. Cancelo finds Bernardo Silva. At least don't make it embarrassing. Don't let him get a fourth. Walker with a shot there. Just goes wide. 66 minutes on the clock. It's still 3-1 to Man City. Gundogan picks up the ball here and finds Kevin De Bruyne, has his pocket picked. Bentancur now looking for that ball over the top into Osimhen, who's running the complete wrong way to the ball. John Stones has the ball now. He goes down the line into Kyle Walker. Bit of time for him to turn. Osimhen with a lunge there, wins the ball, thankfully. Bissouma slots it through to Perisic. He shoots straight at the keeper. Why on earth has he not cut that back for Richarlison? That is shocking from Perisic. We do have a corner here, or at least that's what I presume is happening here. We do have the corner. Bentancur will take it. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger. Ball comes into the box, headed away, headed by Haaland, but it goes behind for another corner for us here, and I presume it will be Bentancur to take once again. Out swinger, Can we find a Tottenham Hotspur head? It's a ball into the box again, cleared away by Manchester City. Comes out to Basuma, Bentancur now, driving at the Man City defence, lofts the ball in towards the back post. Perisic is underneath it, easy save for Ortega. Haaland picks up the ball in, he finds Jack Grealish in a bit of space. Can he apply the finish? Another good save from Agurkan. It was quite routine from him. It was pretty much straight at him. 10 minutes to go. We've had a couple more shots this half, but again, it's just still been really, really poor. A disappointing episode, to be honest with you. Losing in the Carabao Cup final was always going to be frustrating, but to put in a performance like what we did in the last game, and then to put in another poor performance like what we've done in this game, I mean, they just cut us open so easily. It's 4-1 to Manchester City. Bernardo Silva has his 7th goal of the season. 86 minutes on the clock. It's games like this what make you think, how are Man City not challenging for the title? I'm going to presume Haaland's had some sort of an injury this season, because if he scored 40 goals or whatever he scored and they're still 4th in the table, it makes you wonder how awful their defence must have been. Basuma now finds a Manchester City player, of course he does, because that's all that we can do. Haaland finds Phil Foden. Bit of space for him. He is crowded out though eventually, and Bentancur comes away with the ball. Can we get a consolation goal? No, we can't, because Osimhen runs away from the ball. And Sessegnon passes it straight to Kyle Walker. This is an absolute horror show from us here. This is genuinely shocking. Haaland now gets tackled by Sessegnon, who just gives him the ball back. That is embarrassing. Haaland's bullying his way through their defence. He has his 4th goal of the match. Man City's 5th. His 40th of the season. And I never want to see some of these players wear the Tottenham shirt again, because this performance is nothing short of a disgrace. Awful from Ryan Sessegnon just to give him the ball back, and then he's that Lenglet gets absolutely bullied there by Haaland like he's not even there. It's a good finish again. Agurkan stands no chance. He's conceded 5, but he's probably been my man of the match. Absolutely pathetic. Basuma on the ball, finds Osimhen. He takes the ball on the half turn, driving at the Man City defence. It's a good chance. It's a goal. Yay, who cares? We're going out. Who actually cares? I mean, at least Osimhen's done something. But what's the point when we've already conceded 5? What's the point you actually decide to start finishing now? It's a good half turn from him there. Drives at the defence and a good finish in the corner. Keeper didn't really stand much chance of that. Right into the side netting. But up to press, he's dropped to 6.1. Starting to regret my decision about Osimhen. He seems to be a little bit of a stat pad against a small club sort of player. We're throwing the water ball. Absolutely livid after that one. A disappointing episode. Really, really annoyed. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. Out of both the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. If you could try and hit 25 likes on today's episode, that would be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 400 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so and it does massively help out. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I don't know if I am going to come back for this second leg against Inter Milan, just because I don't want the series to be too long for the first season, to be honest with you, and we've already won 4-1 in the first leg. I'm 99% sure we will be going through, so I might come back for the quarterfinals of the Champions League, because it's either the Premier League or the Champions League now if we are going to win a trophy. So the next episode should be the Champions League quarterfinals, unless we get knocked out, then it'll probably be the Premier League running. Thank you for watching, have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all very soon for another episode. Peace.